I do a show about humor, in theory anyway. And I definitely inherited my dad's sense of humor, and we all kind of did in the family, like rubbed off on all of us because when we have dinner sometimes, it'll just be like 2 hours where we're, joking around with like my dad will have the cat and he'll be like, look, and he's make the cat play piano. I'm Mike Cronin. I'm a junior arts management major, and this is my story. I am 21 and I'm from Old Saybrook, Connecticut, so right next door. I stayed at SUNY Purchase A because I just had friends here and I liked it, but B, super easy to get into the city, and C, arts management major gives you so much free time, so it's just a really, really good major to have. My first real thoughts were just like, wow, kid, this is the beginning of being on your own. In 4 years you're going to have an apartment and maybe you'll have a landlord, but other than that. So it's just like, okay, time to, knuckle up. My favorite part is you know what my favorite part for real is? I really like the faculty. But no, they're really great and they really know their stuff and it's inspiring. It's like, wow, you know what you're doing. Yeah, no, I have two sisters, and I'm actually in the middle. One of them is older, graduated college. The other one just went into college. I love reading Batman comics. I love playing with Legos. I love geeking out about late night television. I love reading articles about it online, and I've got a little library. I've got like 6 books on it. I love eating food. It's great. So whoever designed that, A+. Purchase Late Night is, it's a late night show. We didn't, really stretch ourselves with the show's title. And it's hosted by me. It's written by, I think we have 9 writers, including a head writer, which is really cool. You start off with a cold open, which is one of my favorite part. We do a little sketch, a little 2-3 minute sketch. Then we do some monologues, and we do some more sketches, but we get 4 guests a show now, which is a ton, but I really love it because you get a lot. The show changes really quickly. Essentially, the interviews are like 6 minutes long, and every single one is completely different. So we're trying to hit a wider audience. So I found online, I went Q Card, and I found this guy called Q Card Guy, Wally Ferriston, and I emailed him. I said, hey, can I maybe have some cards? I can pay you. And then he had me call him the next day. I said, yeah, let's just talk about this. I think this sounds great. I think this sounds awesome that you have a college show and you do this. Out of the blue, he just asked me one day. He said, hey, do you ever have Fridays off? Can you come up and help us? And I was like, yeah. So he went from giving us cards to being one of my favorite guests, probably my favorite, and then having me work at SNL. So it was just amazing. I honestly think the reason I enjoy it so much is because without it, I would be a hermit in my room. I've met so many people on campus, not geo levels of meeting people on campus, but I know a lot of guys like, hey, yeah, we had the band on the show, or you came on with your project. I think working with the show and making the network, these aren't the things that'll make me famous. So I'm really just using this to get used to the stress of television and the deadlines constantly, and just getting acclimated to okay, we got a show to do every single week, always. We gotta get this done, we gotta get that in, we gotta do this, you gotta call them. So that's what I'm using because I really want to work in television. I have almost more fun sometimes working behind the camera as an editor or a writer or a producer. So I think those are my goals really with making the network and organizing the show and everything like that. I totally do have a girlfriend, and she's the reason that the show is live. She is fantastically supportive. I think it's even sometimes she's unhealthily supportive. It's like she'll have a really big test the next day, but she will instead help me write some monologue jokes. So one of the things with LNN is not so much creating something that's totally new, it's finding something that's already going on and filming it. And this worked really, really well with he's a friend of mine now, but Andrew Rivera and Gerald Lane. I bumped into them and they have a radio show. So we just went over, brought some cameras, and they did the exact same show they've always been doing, but now it was on camera. And it wound up working really well. I was really happy. It's basically exactly how I want LNN to go, to find and improve student productions. So I think it's really cool. So I think that's my biggest contribution is the few people who purchase late night is able to actually improve their day. I think that's my biggest accomplishment. That. I'm Mike Cronin, and we're all part of the PSGA.